In this lesson, I'm going to teach you to count and play 16th notes in quarter time. Now remember when we learned eighth notes, we subdivided the beat into two parts. One and, two and, or one te, two te. 16th notes are basically twice as fast. So now instead of subdividing the beat into two parts, we're going to subdivide it into four parts. Look at key exercise letter A. Basically, we have 4 16th notes, which is one beat, followed by a quarter note. I count that using the 1 E and a system as 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2, or I can use a ta te ta system as 1 ta te ta 2, 1 ta te ta 2. Count 2 is the quarter note that follows the 16th notes. The way I work this up with my students is we count it out loud, tapping our foot to the beat and air drumming it. 1 E and a 2. 1 E and a 2. Now there's a little bit of coordination involved with tapping your foot for each one of 4 16th notes as opposed to 8th notes that we did before. So take it as slow as you need to and get to where you can tap your foot and count out loud. Then play it on the drum. 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2. Making sure that I'm counting out loud and tapping my foot. Once I've got that worked up to about 60 beats per minute, I practice that for a full minute on letter A. Then the same goes for all the other key exercises. Letter E and letter F are a little bit more difficult because you have those coordination issues. 1 E and a foot and, 1 E and a rest and, 1 E and a rest and. What I have my students do, again, same way through all the rest of it. I start very slow. I have them say foot on the quarter rest. 1 E and a foot rest. 1 E and a foot and. Same thing goes for letter F. 1 E and a foot and. 1 E and a foot left. 1 E and a foot left. Actually saying foot left so that we can get the sticking and the coordination between the hands. Now that might take a little while because those key exercises incorporate all the basic rhythms that we're going to do throughout this lesson. So take your time, work through all those at 60 beats per minute until you're very comfortable. Then turn to the back of the book in the appendix, work through all of those appendix lines. And again, there's a million of them because it's necessary that you get some repetitive practice on what it feels like to play 16th notes. Now I should say that make sure that along the way, 16th notes are played just like the single stroke roll. Okay, so as you're playing all of these rhythms, your 16th note should be nice, relaxed, rebound strokes, okay? That's why we work on the rudiment, the single stroke roll, directly applies to 16th notes. So there you have it. After you finish the appendix lines, then go back and work up the playing exercises, every single one of them at 60 beats per minute. Don't speed up the tempo until you can play key exercises, appendix, and playing exercises at 60. Next day, 70, 80, 90. Once you get to about 95, you should be able to play with the accompaniment tracks on the accompaniment CD. So there you have it, 16th notes in quarter time. In our next video lesson, I'm going to teach you the rudiment, the 13-stroke roll, and we're going to apply that to a rudimental etude.